I have another question for you.
Sure.
I called and talked to a service center earlier today because my Model X, which you're probably aware is, there's apparently some kind of major vibration problem in the front end that's not engineered, fixed yet. And
I have not heard of that.
okay, well, yeah, they were aware right away, and I've done some research online, and they determined that too. They told me right away. They said, well, look, there's no sense in bringing it in because we don't have the permanent fix for it yet. So yeah, so I anyway agree with that, and I just want to make sure it's documented. And they said they couldn't really document anything on their end, so I wanted to make this call here and make sure it's documented that I contacted the service center and I reported this as a problem because I'm putting a lot of mileage on my vehicle. I don't know if you can tell, but I've got over 31,000 miles on it. I've only had it since March, and the warranty's, I think it ends at 60,000. So I want to make sure that this is something that's covered when a repair actually exists for it, that's permanent, that I get that, so.
Okay, yeah, I'll note it here for sure.
Okay, great. And if you're not aware, I guess the follow-up question was, I was wondering about the suspension settings because I do know that the vibration problem is different. If I'm in a low setting, if I'm in the lowest level air suspension, it's barely noticeable, but when I get up to normal, it's very, very noticeable. And if I go above normal, it's extremely noticeable. So I was wondering if there's anything that that you all might do in the future, but I guess you may not know about updating the software so that, I don't know. I mean, I know that.
Well, obviously, if this is not something that has been rampant to the point where our team has overly discussed it, because if it was a rampant and frequent issue, we would have known about it. So maybe they've known about it, or maybe they have had new cars, be delivered via their service center, so they're aware. But I definitely, it's something that I want to know more about, so I will definitely investigate after our call.
Okay, awesome. And if you could just note the account that I reported, that I mean, it's abnormal. It's getting worse, and the service center told me that it's not going to affect driving range. It's not going to affect drivability. It won't cause a breakdown. They told me I don't even need to be careful driving because I know that the time I don't notice it under very light throttle, but if I give it any more than light throttle, especially into a heavy acceleration, you really notice it, and that's why I'm getting concerned that it's getting worse. And they said no, not to do anything about it because there's no permanent fix, but I just want to make sure that you document all this under my VIN and the account so that I get that fix when it's available.
Sure, I'm taking notes now.
Okay.
All right, Mike. I thank you for sharing that information. I'm going to go ahead and note that to your account.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
No problem. You have a good weekend now.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.